let's dive right in. Tucked away inside your body is this incredible piece of high-performance tech that runs nonstop 24/7. And nope, it's not your brain or your heart, but it's every bit as vital. We are, of course, talking about your liver. So today, we're going to treat it like the powerful processor it is and give you the user's guide to keeping it running in absolute peak condition. So just how powerful is this thing? Well, take a look at this number, 500. That's at least how many critical jobs your liver is juggling every single day. I mean, according to Johns Hopkins Medicine, it's doing everything from making the proteins that clot your blood, to breaking down toxins, to metabolizing nutrients for energy, you name it. It is, without a doubt, the multitasking MVP of your internal hardware. So what is it, officially? Think of the liver as your body's main filtration system and metabolic headquarters. It's the central command for cleaning your blood, turning toxins into harmless waste, and processing literally every single nutrient you consume. Bottom line, without it, your whole system would just crash. Okay, so here's our agenda for this upgrade. First, we're going to understand the processor itself and what causes it to overload. Then, we'll talk about the right kind of fuel, go over some essential maintenance, and, this is a big one, debunk some of those system hacks you hear about. And finally, we'll see how you can actually reboot the whole system for peak performance. First up, let's talk about system overload. You know, like any processor, the liver can absolutely be pushed to its limits. And in our modern world, that overload usually comes from lifestyle choices that put a massive strain on its ability to function, which can lead to some really serious issues down the line. Now, what's really wild is just how common these system stressors are. We're talking about things like too much alcohol, a diet packed with added sugars and processed foods, and just not moving around enough. According to places like Johns Hopkins and Healthline, this stuff can lead to fat building up in the liver, a condition that's now called metabolic dysfunction-associated steatotic liver disease, or MASLD. Steatotic is just a fancy word for fatty. So this is a major red flag that the system is failing. So if those are the things causing the stress, what's the fix? Well, it all starts with the right fuel. Let's move on, because choosing the right input protocol is probably the single most important thing you can do for your liver's long-term health. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got your optimal fuel. We're talking whole foods, healthy fats from things like olive oil and fish, and plants that are rich in antioxidants. And on the other side, system contaminants, added sugars, processed meats, refined grains, and, yep, excess alcohol. It's pretty simple. The quality of what you put in directly impacts your system's performance. So let's break that down. What should you really focus on? The Texas Liver Institute actually recommends aiming for a diet that's 90% plant-based, and a Mediterranean style of eating gets a huge thumbs up from Healthline and Brown University. Think about adding in cruciferous veggies, like broccoli. They actively help with detoxification. Antioxidant powerhouses like berries, and even coffee and green tea, help protect your cells. And healthy fats from fish and nuts, they fight fat buildup right where it starts, in the liver. Now, fuel is absolutely critical, but it's not the whole story, right? Every high-performance system needs regular maintenance. And for your liver, that maintenance really boils down to two key things: physical activity and good old-fashioned hydration. Let's start with a magic number for exercise. According to Michigan Medicine, the goal to shoot for is 150 minutes of moderate aerobic activity a week. That's it, just 2.5 hours. This isn't about running a marathon. We're talking about consistent movement, like a brisk walk that just gets your heart rate up. So how do you even get started? The trick is to make it easy and sustainable. Seriously, just start walking. Grab a friend to go with you, it makes it way more fun. And look for those small changes, like always taking the stairs. Oh, and track your progress. Seeing those numbers go up is a huge motivator to keep you going. And the second maintenance protocol? Hydration. It's so simple, but so effective. As Msetti explains, water is a critical fluid for maintenance. It actually helps to thin your blood, which makes it much easier for your liver to do its main job, filtering out all that junk. A hydrated system is an efficient system, period. Okay, you know how it is. In the world of health, there are always these promises of a quick fix, a hack. For the liver, this usually comes in the form of so-called cleanses or detoxes. But are they a legitimate software patch, or are they really just malware for your body? This is the big question, isn't it? We see these products all over the place, promising to magically undo damage and flush out toxins, maybe after a rough weekend. But does the actual science back any of this up? Well, here's the definitive answer from the experts at Johns Hopkins Medicine. These products are not regulated, they're not tested, and they are not recommended. In fact, some of these supplements can actually harm your liver. The best cleanse isn't a magic pill, it's just a consistently healthy lifestyle. And this brings us to our final and honestly most hopeful section. What if your system is already feeling overloaded? Well, the fantastic news is that this processor is literally designed for recovery. With the right protocols that you can reboot for peak performance and even reverse damage that's already been done. Let's look at another powerful number. According to Michigan Medicine, losing just 10% of your body weight can dramatically improve your liver health by reducing fat and inflammation. This isn't some impossible dream. It's a tangible, achievable goal that can deliver a massive system upgrade. And here is the hard proof. A really groundbreaking study from the University of Missouri School's Medicine put patients with liver disease on an intensive diet and exercise program. And the results? They weren't just about slowing the disease down. They were about reversing it. I mean, just look at these results. The group that made the lifestyle changes saw huge weight loss, they increased their muscle mass, their heart health got better, and their insulin sensitivity improved. Compared to the control group, it's night and day. This isn't just a theory, it's a real-world demo of how you can fundamentally reboot your metabolic hardware. And this is the reason why it all works. As the experts at Johns Hopkins point out, the liver has this amazing, almost unique ability to regenerate. As soon as you stop the active injury, by eating better, by moving more, by cutting back on alcohol, it gets right to work healing itself. It's an unbelievably resilient piece of tech. So there you have it. We've walked through the user manual. We know how the system works, what fuel it craves, and how to maintain it. Your system is absolutely ready for an upgrade. So the only question left is, what's your first step going to be? Maybe it's just swapping one soda for a glass of water today, or taking a 10-minute walk after dinner. Whatever it is, the upgrade can start right now.